Congressman, is this going to advance out of the Senate given all of these so-called trigger provisions?
I don't think so. First of all, it is not good public policy. It's not good tax policy. It's not good social economic policy. This bill, Senate and the House bill, affect every part of the American economy, and not one hearing has taken place in either house about what those effects would be, whether this thing will even work for economic growth. Not a hearing, no economist, no expert, nobody from the Federal Reserve. So what's going on here? What's going on here is a massive tax cut for American corporations with no guarantee whatsoever that they're going to invest in anything that'll grow jobs or wages. So what are we doing here? Transferring wealth from the middle class to the top 1% and to American corporations.
So I think when you look at this, though, in terms of where it's headed, I think a lot of people would think that if it does get out of the Senate or it goes to conference, that Republicans are going to have this tug of war over things like the trigger point, but then ultimately next spring they're going to get to entitlement reform. So
this is the Texas two-step. It's already there. In the budgets that were written in the House of Representatives and the Senate, it is absolutely clear what the Republicans intend to do. Massive tax cuts, create a $1.5 trillion deficit, and then come back with the Texas two-step and cut Medicare by over $600 billion and Medicaid by over $800 billion. That's what they've already said they're going to do that. That's in their budget proposal. So the Texas two-step has an enormous effect on seniors who are going to see Medicare reductions and maybe not even without a vote. And for seniors also, 60% of that $800 billion cut in Medicaid comes from seniors in nursing homes.
Let me ask you about in terms of how this is being framed, right? Because we in the media and Republicans are arguing that 2018 chances for the Republican Party to hold on to majorities, they need to pass some type of legislative accomplishment. Even if this does get through, and most people I think are anticipating that this does get through, what does that mean for Democrats in terms of 2018? Do you think it could be the reverse effect of what Republicans are saying?
Do you remember the Affordable Care Act and
Yes.
what happened after that passed? The promises made by the Republicans in this legislation are going to be their downfall. I'll tell you right now in California, maybe 20% of Californians think this tax cut is good. That's not the case. For Californians, the loss of state and local taxes means somewhere around a $2,000 increase for many Californians in Republican districts, particularly in those that are competitive districts. So politically, I don't know if the Republicans want to persist. That's a good thing for Democrats because it gives the Democrats a very significant opportunity to get back to the House, because this tax issue is all about the super wealthy. Look at in the House bill, the elimination of the state tax. Donald Trump says he's worth $10 million. Now others, Bloomberg
Billion.
and others, did I say million?
Don't get me in trouble.
Let me start over again. Donald Trump, in the House version, the elimination of the state tax for Donald Trump means that if his net worth is $10 billion, as he says, it means that his children will have a $4 billion tax cut when he dies. Now, maybe it's only worth $4 billion, as Bloomberg would say. That's a $1 billion tax cut for his children. What sense does that make?